Have you ever thought that you're in a deep hole? Not because you're broken, not because you dig the hole, not because you're powerless or lazy, but because of just living through something that we call it cognitive despair. It's not an official diagnosis. It's not that someone writes it in a form, but we all know that feeling. It's a heavy mental fog in which thinking, reading, analyzing don't help anymore. As a matter of fact, it hurts. The mind, one's sharpest tool, become a cage of logic and endless tabs open in your brain that you don't know how to shut them down. Cognitive despair happens when your mind eats itself. You study, you scroll, you gather information until your head hums, and yet nothing changed. You have insight, but no movement, knowledge without action and direction. It's just a noise, and the noise becomes despair. It's not depression in a clinical sense. It's a cognitive dysfunction created by overload, too much information, too much input, and not enough integration. It's what I call it wisdom stuck in traffic. You feel like you're doing everything right, but you're always falling behind. You are well informed, but uninspired. You can explain the pain perfectly, but you cannot move through it. You wake up in the morning tired because you were thinking whole night. But then deep down, a quiet voice asks this question: what's the point? That's a cognitive despair. When thought no longer is liberating you, but is paralyzing you. So how we ended up here? The truth is we didn't create this problem, the error did. We're living in a system that is designed to flood our brain and starve our soul. Attention is harvested. Uncertainty is monetized. And every feeling has been turned into a product. You're not malfunctioning. You are reacting normally to an abnormal environment. The same way lungs gasp into polluted air, the mind despair into polluted meaning. Here we are in a cognitive despair. Your brain is evolved to track berries and faces, not thousands of information before breakfast. You're told your worth equal your output. But if the same societies keep telling you that the machine is overpowering you, outperforming you, how do they expect that you'll not be powerless? Isolation is designed as a connection. We're surrounded by information, screens, and starving for touch. Commodifying healing is another way of healing. Even the recovery is something to buy. Fix yourself is another form of self-blame. It's a bloodless war against human values. Not a bug, but a business model. The first way to get out of the cognitive despair isn't another app or affirmation. It's to realize it's not me, it's the environment. Once you name it, you stop internalizing it. You stop blaming yourself for a fatigue that was designed and engineered. And then slowly you reclaim agency by coming back to the tangible world. Touch something real every day. Cook, plan, repair, dance, teach, make. Use your hands. Hands can remember something that your brain forgot long time ago. You know, people keep saying that 2005 was the fastest year of the century. But was it really that fast? Or did we just live in an autopilot? Every scroll, every new release, every new information, every pre-packaged convenience flattened time. Just remember, in the past few weeks, how many contradiction news you had to digest. Did you live? Did you create? Even the last iPhone couldn't make it, couldn't excite anyone. Because excitement requires participation. You have become just a passive instead of being creative and a source of creation. Cognitive despair isn't a weakness. It's a hunger for creation. Your mind knows, I wasn't designed just to consume. I was designed to create. I was designed for humanity, for society, not for isolation. So how we get out of this matrix? By taking back our creativity when we left it. Do you remember? Once upon a time, when we were creative, take it from there. Grow something, even a single plant. Repair something small. Knit, cook, read, write, teach your children. These aren't hobbies. These are antidote. Each act of making and creativity slows down the time again. You stop being a data and you start feeling alive again. You shift from scrolling to shaping, from consuming to creating. This is how we unplug, not by fighting, but by starving the system of our attention and feeding our creativity instead. Because the opposite of despair isn't hope, it's agency. The simple, quiet agency of creating something real, a society. When your mind feels trapped, move your hand. Your hand still remembers something that your mind forgot for a long time. So, let's start creating and stop scrolling. Let's get out of this matrix. Looking forward to your comments, and please share and subscribe to this channel, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.